This morning, I'm going to be talking about let's be thankful. But before I begin, I want to remind you about some of the things that we have learned from quantum physics. The universe gives us what we ask for, and we ask with our thoughts. Our thoughts precede our words and our actions. So thankfulness literally comes from the inside of us. What we think about, what we focus on. We all have thoughts and imagination. And these can be our doorway into worry, frustration, and anger, if that's what we choose to focus on, or they can be our doorway into joy and love and thankfulness. What is the purpose of thankfulness? Well, obviously, it is to appreciate the good things that we have in our lives and to appreciate the people who are around us. It's not just something that we have to do because our parents taught us to say please and thank you because that was the proper way to be polite. There is a higher reason for thanks and gratitude. Thankfulness literally sends a message out to the universe to give us more to be thankful for. When that thankfulness comes from inside us, when it is what we really mean and feel, that energy moves out from us and brings back more of the same energy to us. If our hearts are not in it, our words don't have that effect. We have to really mean it. Now, this is what metaphysics calls the law of increase. What we put out there with our energy is what we are going to get back. It is like the old saying, what you sow is what you reap. What we truly appreciate and give thanks for will increase in our lives. Now, have you ever noticed how you like to be around people who thank you, appreciate you, and acknowledge you? Somebody comes up and says, I really need some advice. Can you give me some advice? And you give the best that you have. And they say, thank you. That is really going to help me. You give them something. And they hold it, and they love it. And if you notice, that makes you want to do more for them, to give them more. And it is the same on an energy level with the universe. Whenever you stop to thank the universe for the abundance that you have, the universe will bring you more. Whenever you give thanks, you increase the amount of light in your aura. Now, if you don't know what an aura is, okay? Every single one of us has an energy field that encompasses our human body. Now, obviously, we can't see it with our human eyes. However, courtesy of Kirlian photography, our aura can now be photographed and we can see it. You can change your aura, this energy field, through your heart because gratitude comes from the heart. When you are grateful, your heart opens, and your heart is the doorway to your soul. It is the link between the world of form and the world of essence, which is, of course, energy. There are many ways of expressing thanks. We can think about it, we can say it to someone, we can write it down and send somebody a card or a letter. Having an emotional sense of gratitude is the most important thing. No matter how we give thanks, if we do so idly, without really paying attention or feeling it in our hearts, then it is not as effective as it is when we are fully aware and coming from a place of true gratitude. Now, this is the interesting thing here. The process of writing or speaking about what we are thankful for puts that energy out into the world of form more quickly than just thinking about it. Our hands and our throat are literally two centers of manifestation. The ideas in our mind, when expressed to others, then move out and touch the world of form, the physical reality around us. And of course, all of this comes from the discoveries in quantum physics. For this reason, highly evolved souls and great spiritual teachers spend much of their time appreciating and thanking the universe. In their meditation and in their prayers, they are humble and they express thanks for everything that is in their lives. Not just the good stuff, but the hard stuff, the painful stuff as well. Now, why would they do that? Everything that we have experienced in our lives, the good and the bad, the hard and the easy, has made us what we are today and brought us to this place today. So if we are grateful for where we are and what we have today, how can we not be grateful for everything from the past that brought us here? Whether it was wonderful or terrible. All of that contributed to what we are. So how does thankfulness help us emotionally? Oh, yes, it does. When we experience a deep sense of thankfulness, it is calming to our emotional state. So if we are in a bad mood, and let's face it, that happens sometimes, right? Try focusing on all of the things in your life that you are thankful for, and you will be absolutely amazed at how much better you're going to feel. This is a great trick for getting out of a bad mood. You are literally flipping your thinking process around from focusing on the negative to focusing on the positive. So, how does thankfulness help us physically? Oh yes. What we think and focus on impacts the cells in our bodies. Our physical body literally undergoes a change when we are appreciative. If we appreciate our body for what it does for us, we send a message to the cells in our bodies, and they respond positively. Now, I know this sounds like a bunch of voodoo, maybe some new age baloney that somebody thought up. Medical science has discovered that yes, this happens. All cells have their own sense of awareness. And they appreciate gratitude as much as we do. If we want to heal a problem in our bodies, instead of focusing on, oh, we're not healthy, blah, 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 or worrying about future pain or future problems, what we need to do is thank our bodies for the work that it does for us. Express how our bodies allow us to move around and do all of the things that we do. How it converts the food that we eat into energy. This is very interesting, okay? When we are frustrated or angry, the energy level in our cells drops. Our cells become depleted of energy. When we appreciate and love our bodies, just as it is. Not back when it was 25, where it is at 65. The energy level in our cells rises. Now, obviously, our cells operate and function much more effectively when they have plenty of energy. This is something else that medical science has discovered. Doctors now know that our negative emotions, worry, frustration, and anger, cause chemical changes in our bodies that are detrimental to our health. Now, last year, I was talking to my back doctor about this. I was in for a checkup, and he's a very young man. In fact, I'm sure he is not as old as any of my children. But he's up and very interested in all of these new discoveries in this field of medicine. And he was saying that people who spend their lives being worried, upset, and angry have an increased chance of having heart problems, digestive problems, arthritis problems, and developing cancer. And then he said to me, he said, haven't you ever noticed that people who are much more peaceful with themselves and happy with who they are and where they are, they're the ones that have less health problems. And I've never really thought about that. You know, I've never looked at it that way. So, you know, my back, it has some issues. It's old. It's getting a little tired, you know. My new program with my back, instead of focusing on the things that I can't do anymore, like ride horses. I love to ride horses. Can't do it. But you know what? Who cares? There's a whole lot of other stuff that, yes, I can do. So I try to focus on all of the things that, yes, my body can still do for me. And hopefully it works out good. Because I'm in no mood for surgery. That is why there is this new approach to medicine here in the West. Healing people in body, mind, and spirit. It is called holistic medicine because our mind and our spirit impact our physical health. Positive emotions impact us positively, and negative emotions impact us negatively. Now, Eastern medicine, they have known this for centuries. They have been way, way, way ahead of us in all of that. We have been slower here in the West on the pickup. And the one place I like to talk about to give you an example of this is the Cancer Treatment Centers in America. Now, this is their philosophy. They don't just treat a person's body or whatever area of the body has a problem. Oh, no. They are treating the entire human being. So they not only use traditional medicine to heal cancer, but they use spiritual support, they use nutritional support, they use, and most of them are Eastern, hands-on healing techniques, medical massage, Reiki, all of those different things to help. And they have had really remarkable results with doing that. So, as we enjoy our Thanksgiving meal today after the service, and as we look forward to having Thanksgiving with our families in what, a week and a half, something like that, let's try and focus on the good things in our lives. You know, it's way too easy to forget about the good stuff and just, oh, that guy cut me off and I'm aggravated. It's way too easy. But we need to change that around because it's healthier for us if we can stay more positive, looking at the good things, looking at the glass as being half full instead of half empty. When we are positive, we not only feel better emotionally, but we feel better physically. Does anyone have any questions or comments this morning? Yes.
I do. Just in relation to what you were talking about with the thoughts. At Ashland University in Ashland, Ohio, there was a basketball coach, Susan Ramsey. And she had come up to me one time and we were talking and she talked about ants. And I asked her, I said, what are you talking about ants? And she said, it's automatic negative thoughts. And she says, I teach my girls on the basketball team, you know, everybody has these, but cancel them. When you feel it coming on, you have the right to cancel it. And I've been thinking about that as you talk, that we get those ants and we have to say, hey, go away. You're not wanted. You're not for our highest good right now. And I thought
That's
that
right. That's right. Yeah. This has been very slow. This has been this kind of information has been developing over probably the last 50 years or so. Prior to that, Western medicine basically treated the human body like it's a machine. You know, if one part goes kaflooey, then you take it out and put a new one in. And the thing is, our body isn't a machine. We are a whole thing, and everything impacts everything else. And so, you know, as I said, the people in the East have been way ahead of us on this. They really have. But this is now, I mean, even, I think it was like 10 years ago that I found out, now I'm a Reiki master, I can do hands-on healing. About 10 years ago, Cleveland Clinic started using Reiki masters supporting people who are having major surgeries and cancer treatments. So that was a big breakthrough. You know, the big traditional institutions are now recognizing you need to treat the whole person. You just can't treat little pieces and parts. So it's really, really a very, very good thing.